Lesson 1 is about lines. All kinds of lines.
What's the smallest thing you can draw on a piece of paper? A dot. A line is a dot moving through space. Just like an insect leaves a line as it crawls through the sand, or a plane leaves a line of vapor in the sky. A line is the path you make with a pencil, crayon, or brush. There are many kinds of lines. Lines can be straight or curved, thin and delicate, or thick and bold. They can be jagged, dotted, broken, or even scribbled. A horizontal line is straight across, like the line where water seems to end and the sky begins. It reminds us of lying down. It's peaceful, restful. A vertical line is straight up and down like a tree. A diagonal line is like a teeter-totter with a heavier person on one end. Drawings can have a few lines or many lines. This porcupine was drawn with just a few quick sketch lines, and yet we know what it looks like. There are hundreds of broken, overlapping lines in this drawing of an elephant. How would you describe the lines in this painting? There are no diagonals, and there are no curving lines. Only straight, thick, horizontal, and vertical lines are used. The lines in this drawing are very different. They are delicate and curve and flow as they outline the mother and child.
This is the end of this lesson, but stay tuned for more about lines. Piet Mondrian was born in Holland. Both his father and uncle were artists who painted things so they looked real. But Mondrian's style changed from realistic to abstract. Eventually, his work became pure abstraction without objects, feeling, or emotion. He used only straight black horizontal and vertical lines joined at right angles. He limited his colors to the three primary hues, red, yellow, and blue, plus black, white, and gray. He never used a curved line or even a diagonal line within his paintings. These shapes are all squares or rectangles. Mondrian's paintings are about creating perfect visual balance, and he liked to play with this balance. Sometimes, Mondrian placed the square canvas on a point to form a diamond shape. Now the horizontal and vertical lines form triangles, as well as squares and rectangles. Here's another painting by Mondrian set on its point. There are no people, places, or things here, only ideas about the elements and principles of design.
The letters of the alphabet are made of straight or curved lines that can be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. Where did the alphabet come from?
Well, the early Phoenicians, who traded up and down the Mediterranean Sea, developed an alphabet, which was passed on to the Greeks, who refined it, and passed it on to the Romans, who gave it to us. The letter A came from an Egyptian drawing of an ox. The Greeks named it alpha. The letter B came from a Hebrew sign that somewhat resembled a house. The Greeks called it beta. If you put the Greek word for A, alpha, and the Greek word for B, beta, together and drop the last A, you have the word alphabet. It's interesting to find out where words come from.
The term calligraphy comes from the Greek word meaning beautiful writing. This is Chinese calligraphy. In China, calligraphy is considered the highest art form and is written with a brush and ink. First, The ink is made by rubbing ink sticks on a stone and adding water. The brushes come in all sizes. Calligraphy can be made thick or thin, bold or delicate. Beautiful calligraphy can often be poems or sayings that appear in a Chinese work of art.
Lines exist everywhere in our world.
Look closely at a leaf to see the delicate lines of the veins which form intricate patterns. Bamboo trees make strong vertical and diagonal lines in the jungle. The graceful lines of the tree are reflected in the still lake. Vertical, diagonal, and curved lines of the bridge are silhouetted in the sunset. Look at the twisted lines of the tree, the straight lines of the iron gate, and the curved lines of the arches. A combination of curved, circular, and straight lines create a row of guitars in this iron fence. The Great Wall of China makes a line 1,500 miles long that can be seen from space by the astronauts. The lines of the road narrow to a point as they meet the horizon. It's a straight line